Okay, good day to everyone. Okay, so we will be continuing our discussion on Title 2, Crimes Against the Fundamental Law of the State. Yan. So, included din po ito sa inyong graded recitation for tomorrow. Uh, for Thursday pala, for Thursday. Okay? Yan. So, Article 1 to 8, Violation of Domicile. Okay. So, ang offender natin dito, ganun pa rin. Okay, it is always the public officer or public employee. Okay, so ano ang acts punishable under Article 128? So, so this public officer, okay, have an entry in any dwelling. Okay, so pag sinabi po natin dwelling, ito po ay isang tirahan. Okay, tirahan ng isang tao. Okay? At pumasok ang mga public officer against the will of the owner. Okay? So pag sinabi natin against the will, without consent of the owner. Okay? So, pagpasok nila doon, hindi sila pinapahintulutan na pumasok doon pero ginawa pa rin nila, and upon entry on the said dwelling, they search papers or other effects found therein without the previous consent. Now, without the previous consent of such owner. Okay? Tatandaan po, sa Article 128, walang sinabi dito na ang public officer is armed with a search warrant or warrant of arrest. Okay? Basta ang bina-violate dito is yung pagiging sagrado ng isang dwelling, okay, ng domicile. Okay? So, pagpasok nila doon, they search papers, okay, without previous consent of such owner. Okay? And then, by refusing to leave the premises after having surreptitiously entered said dwelling and after having been required to leave the same. Okay? So, dito merong dalawang acts punishable. Okay? Basta ang una is pumasok yung mga public officer natin sa isang dwelling against the will of the owner. Okay? Ang ginawa nila, either they search papers, okay, or other effects found therein without previous consent. Okay? So, supposing si police officer A, B, and C, they are police officers, okay, but they are in civilian clothes. Okay? Nagpakilala sila na police doon sa may-ari. Okay? Sabi ng may-ari, "Sir, bawal po kang pumasok dito, wala kayong search warrant." "Mga pulis nga kami, magse-search kami rito ng mga illegal na kontrabando." Okay, hanggang sa naghalungkat sila ng gamit na hindi pinapahintulutan ng may-ari. Okay, so that is violation of domicile. Okay, another instances naman kung saan itong mga public officer na to, supposing si police officer A, B, and C, okay, they entered the said dwelling, okay, na hindi hindi nalalaman nung may-ari ng bahay. Okay? So yan po yung ibig sabihin nito, they entered the dwelling surreptitiously. Okay? Hindi namamalayan ng may-ari. So, dito sa pangalawang senaryo, nakapasok na sila doon sa bahay. Okay? Nang hindi alam nung may-ari. Okay? Kasi dito sa unang senaryo, alam ng may-ari na papasok yung mga public officer sa bahay, but hindi niya ito pinahintulutan. Okay? And yung pangalawa naman, hindi alam ng may-ari, okay, na nandoon na pala, nakapasok na pala yung mga public officer natin. Okay? Ngayon, supposing nakapasok na sila without knowing, okay, hindi alam ng may-ari. Okay? And then, nung nakita sila ng may-ari, "Oh, ba't na kayo nandito? Wala kayong search warrant, umalis kayo dito sa bahay namin." Okay? Nagpumilit pa rin ang mga police officers natin. Okay? Hindi, mga police officer kami, magse-search kami rito. No? They refuse to leave the premises. Okay? So, yan po ang violation of domicile. What if ganito ang senaryo? Okay? Si A, B, and C are not public officer. Okay? They enter the dwelling without the consent of the owner. They search for papers. Ano ang crime na nakomit? Or kung itong mga tao na to, si A, B, and C are private individual, pumasok sila surreptitiously but they refused to leave the premises when they were required to leave the same. Eh, hindi pa rin sila umalis. Okay? So, the crime committed if the private officer or private individual committed this is what we call trespass to dwelling. Okay, ang tawag natin sa crime na yun is trespass to dwelling. Okay? Trespass to dwelling. Pagka public officer, okay, yan ay violation of domicile. Okay, pagka private individual, ay that is trespass to dwelling. Okay? Yan, natandaan na, pag private individual, that is trespass to dwelling. Okay, next. Dito tayo sa Article 129. Okay. So class, ang violation of domicile, meron tatlong uri ah. Okay, una, yung Article 128, violation of domicile proper. Pangalawa, ito po, okay, Article 129, search warrants maliciously obtained and abuse in the service of those legally obtained. So dito meron dalawang uri ng warrant. Unang warrant is maliciously obtained. So pag sinabi nating maliciously obtained, okay, meron kang evil intention, okay, na gumawa ng search warrant, okay, na hindi dumarating na hindi nakakarating sa korte. So ibig sabihin, either this search warrants is being forged or falsified. Okay? Yan, meron kang evil intent no to forge no or to falsify a search warrant. Okay? And then yung pangalawang warrant naman, meron kang legally obtained warrant pero ang ginawa mo, inabuso mo yung execution of those legally obtained search warrant. Okay? So ano ang mga elements? The elements are the offender is a public officer or employee. Okay, anong ginawa ng offender? So the offender procure a search warrant without just cause. Okay? So dito meron dalawang ways of committing Article 129. Una, nakakuha ng search warrant without just cause. Ibig sabihin, it was maliciously obtained. And pangalawa, the offender exceeds his authority by using unnecessary severity in executing a search warrant. Okay? So what is the difference between these two modes of committing Article 129? Okay? Itong number 1 po, no, that the offender procure a search warrant without just cause. Mere procurement lamang. Okay? Mere procurement or possession of a search warrant na hindi dumaan sa korte, that is already violative of Article 129. Okay, for example, si police officer A nagpunta ng rekto, no, nagpagaya ng search warrant, ay nagpagawa ng peking search warrant. Okay, so the mere possession of this, okay, is violative of Article 129. Pangalawa naman, ginamit naman yung legally obtained, okay, in order to search a dwelling or a property or a person, okay, but he exceeds his authority, no, or by unusing unnecessary severity in executing a search warrant. Okay, so anong example nito? Meron kang search warrant, okay? It was personally issued by the judge. Eh, ibig sabihin, merong that the search warrant application for the search warrant is being reviewed by the judge personally. Siya mismo nakakita ng probable cause. Okay, kaya inaprubahan niya yung search warrant. Okay? Nakalagay dun sa search warrant, no? Yan. Nakalagay sa search warrant, ang bahay na ise-search mo ay si apartment A, for example, no? Apartment A, yan nakalagay dun mismo sa ano, sa search warrant. Okay? Apartment A. Okay? Pinasok mo na tong apartment A pero wala kang nakitang ano, hindi mo nakita dun yung subject of search warrant. Okay, ngayon, nakita mo yung adjacent door. Okay, si apartment B. Okay, dito naman nakita mo si apartment B. Tignan nga natin dito, baka nandito. Total, iisa lang ang may-ari. No? Iisa lang naman ang may-ari niyan. So, pasukin din natin to. Okay? Irregardless of whether or not merong nakuhang ebidensya diyan sa apartment B, it okay, it irregardless, no? Kahit na may nakuha o wala. Yan. So, violative yan ng Article 129. Abuse in the service of those legally obtained. Inabuso nila yung execution, okay, of the search warrant. Okay? Kasi dapat dyan, kung ano yung specific place, okay, na nakalagay doon sa search warrant, yun lang ang isa-search mo. Okay? Hindi na pwedeng ibang lugar. Okay? Yan. So, yun po yung Article 129. Next, ano ba ang search warrant? Search warrant is an order. No? Ito ay isang utos, okay, na binigay or ginawa ni judge. So, order in writing issued in the name of the people of the Philippines, signed by a judge and directed to a peace officer. Okay? So, ito ang ibig sabihin nitong last. No? Si judge mismo ang nag-conduct ng hearing dito. Okay? Sino itong ano? Itong peace officer na tinutukoy dito sa definition ng search warrant. Class, itong peace officer na to, sila yung nag-apply, okay, ng search warrant. Sila yung applicant ng search warrant. Okay? Sila yung applicant ng search warrant. Or, okay, ang tawag natin dyan sa mga aplikante ng search warrant ay mga deponent. Okay? Last time lang, last week, I guess, February 22, yan, we applied for search warrant. Okay? Ang deponent, okay, class, itong deponent na to, yan, siya mismo yung nagpunta doon sa lugar para mangalap ng ebidensya. Okay, so ito, ako yung ginawang deponent dito sa application namin ng search warrant. Ang applicant, isa sa mga applicant is yung aming hepe. No? An applicant, okay, yung chief ng unit mo. Ang deponent, ikaw yan, operatiba. Okay? So kung sino yung nag-apply ng search warrant, sa kanya lang i-issue yan ni judge yung order. Okay? Yan. Etong judge na to, he must be an executive judge. Okay? Siya dapat ay isang executive judge. Iisa lang class ang binibigyan ng ano, iisa lang ang merong responsibility or merong authority not to try and hear the petitions for search warrant or application for search warrant. Okay? Yan. So, commanding him to search for personal property. So, tandaan na, it must be a personal property. Okay, ano ba ang personal property? Properties that can be moved. Yung mga movable object. Okay, ang real property is not a subject for search warrant. Okay? Search, no, hahanapin mo yung personal property na naka-describe doon sa search warrant and bring it before the court. Okay? So, dapat daw, plus, okay, yung makukuha mong ebidensya, yung subject of search warrant, kailangan daw dalhin mo, okay, before the court. Okay? So, ano ba yung ibig sabihin nito? So, since si judge ang nag-utos na kuhanin niyo tong bagay na to, dapat dalhin mo rin yan pabalik sa kanya pag i-return na yung search warrant. Okay? So, ito yung isang example ng search warrant na in-issue sa amin ng judge. Okay? So, ah, meron tatlong importanteng factors dito. Okay? Kung saan, ito yung tinatawag natin na particularity of search warrant. No? Particularity of search warrant. So, dapat particularly nakadescribe kung yan, particularity ng search warrant. Okay, so pag sinabing particularity or specificity, okay, specific. Yan. So dito class, unang-una pa lang kailangan naka-specify or particularly stated therein the identity of the suspect. Okay? Kung sino yung subject ng search warrant mo. Okay? Kailangan specific. Okay? Full name ng inyong subject as well as um, the ang tawag dito, ah, palayaw. Okay? Yung palayaw niya. Okay? And then, pangalawa, it must specify the place. Ayan. Nababasa nyo, rented room at second floor of house number 1153. Okay? Naka-specify din dapat daw ang lugar kung saan um, gagawin ang search warrant. Okay? The place, okay? Or yung exact area or yung residence mismo. Okay? Kung saan mo ikakandak yung search warrant. Okay? And then lastly, ayan, kailangan naka-specify dyan kung ano ang dapat mong kumpiskahin. Okay? So, ayan. So, yung items or personal property to be seized. Okay? Ayan. So, tatlo dapat yung maging specific no sa search warrant. Yung name of the suspect, the place, as well as the items. Okay? Na i-recover. Okay? Yan. So kung sa search warrant, no, in-execute mo yung search warrant, itong subject natin wala doon sa bahay. Okay? And then meron ka nakuhang mga ebidensya. Kaso nandun yung asawa. Okay? Yan si Ricardo Pilarta yan. Ang asawa niya si Carly Gray. Diba? Asawa niya si Carly Gray. Dapat mo ba siyang arestuhin? Although may nakuha nga yung shabu doon sa loob ng bahay. Okay, no. Kasi napaka specific ng batas natin when it comes to search warrant. Dapat specified. Okay? Specifically describe yung suspect. Okay? Yung subject of the search warrant. Okay? So ito po pwede niyang i-contest. Pwede siyang mag-file ng motion not to quash the search warrant. Ipapawalang visa niya. Okay? So sa place, dapat eksakto yung place. Okay? The residence. Eksakto dapat. Hindi pwede yung ito nga yung place. Okay? Kaso dinamay mo pati yung ibang mga kwarto o ibang mga bahay doon sa loob ng compound. Okay? Items. Dito kahit na kunwari sa shabu o sa drugs, hindi naka-specify diyan kung ilan yung amount. Katulad nito, nakalagay diyan is undetermined amount. Okay? Hindi tayo diyan magbabase when it comes to particularity of items. Hindi tayo diyan nagbabase. Magbabase tayo dito mismo sa pangalan ng items, shabu. Okay? So, shabu lang ang subject of operation or subject of search warrant. Okay? So, kailan ba tayo pwedeng mag-search ng kahit wala tayong warrant? Okay. So, number one, search incidental to a valid arrest. Pag na-aresto mo yung tao, automatic yan. Lagi mo siyang isa-search, no? Kahit wala kang search warrant. Isa-search mo siya lagi. Okay? Basta merong valid arrest. Next, search of evidence in plain view. Okay? So, supposing dito po ay shabu ang nakalagay na items na dapat i-recover. Okay? So, habang nandun ka sa bahay, nung subject mo, okay, naghalungkat ka dyan ng mga cabinet, di ba? Yung mga tukador, okay? Yung, ano tawag dito, yung mga drawer, nakita mo yung shabu, as well as nakita mo rin yung firearms. Question, pwede mo bang gamitin yung firearm as evidence or additional evidence? The answer is no, kasi hindi siya papasok ng plain view doctrine. Pag sinabi natin plain view doctrine, it means nakita mo yung bagay, okay, in your own plain sight. Okay? Own plain sight. Ibig sabihin, wala ka nang ginagawang effort, wala ka nang ginawang hindi ka na nag-exert ng lakas para makita ito. Nakita mo lang yan na nakatiwangwang na. Kaya nga plain view. For example, dun sa instances natin, di ba nagalungkat ka? Okay, nakita mo yung shabu at yung firearms. Hindi yung pwedeng gamiting ebidensya. Okay? Search of moving vehicle. Okay. So, kapag ang vehicle at umaandar, hindi mo pwedeng pahintuin yan at i-search. Visual searching lang ang gagawin dito. Visual search. Yan. Next, consented warrantless search. Okay? Kung yung pagpasok ng mga police officer doon sa bahay mo, you did nothing. You says nothing. Wala kang sinabi. Okay? So that is a consented warrantless search. Okay? So parang pinapahintulutan mo na sila na sige, pumasok kayo at maghalongkat. Okay? Next, custom search. Okay? Ito kahit na walang search warrant. Kasi under tayo, okay, ng custom. Okay? Lahat ng mga pumapasok na items galing sa ibang bansa papunta rito, okay, may karapatan si Bureau of Customs na i-search lahat ng mga items, yung mga yung mga gamit na galing sa ibang bansa. Okay? Stop and freeze naman, dito naman makikita natin ito sa Police Operational Procedure Manual. Okay? So ano yung Police Operational Procedure Manual? Dito sa stop and freeze, okay? Sa stop and freeze, hindi mo pwedeng pahintuin ang tao pag wala kang reasonable suspicion. Okay? So kailangan pag magpapahinto at magpi-freeze ka ng tao, you must be or there must be a reasonable suspicion. Reasonable suspicion. Okay? Reasonable suspicion. Next, ito namang exigent circumstances naman. Okay? Ito yung ginagawa once nagkaroon ng threat, no, or imminent threat sa ating national security. Okay? Or may mga terorista. And in order to protect the welfare of the well-being, okay, so the public officer must adhere, no, with these provisions. Okay? Pwede na sila magpahinto ng tao at mag-search. Okay? So, next, pangatlong uri ng violation of domicile. Okay? Searching domicile without witness. Okay? Searching domicile without witnesses. Okay? So, ano ba ang mga elements? Again, offender is a public officer or employee, that he is armed Okay, armed with search warrant legally procured. Okay, armed with search warrant. Merong search warrant that he search or the domicile, papers, or other belongings of any person. Okay, searches that the owner, okay, ito yung mga yung mga required witness. Okay, sino? Owner, yung may-ari ng inuupahan, or any member of his family. Okay, any member of his family, or in the absence thereof, kailangan ng two witness residing in the same locality are must be present. Okay? So, ito yung mga required witnesses. Pag wala sila, class, hindi sila, okay, hindi sila nakapunta, hindi nila nasaksihan yung search warrant, okay, then they violate Article 1 to 130, searching domicile without witnesses. Okay? Next, 131, it is prohibition, interruption, and dissolution of a peaceful meeting. Okay? So, ano ba ang mga elements? Offender is a public officer or employee. Number two, he prohibits, okay, hindi niya binibigyan, okay, ng pahintulot or binabawalan, okay, binabawalan niya or ini-interrupt niya, okay, ginugulo niya, no, without legal grounds, okay, the holding of a peaceful meeting, okay, or by dissolving the same. Yan. So, okay, ano pa bang acts punishable? He prohibits or hinders a person from addressing either alone or together with others any petition to the authorities for the correction of abuse or redress of grievances. Okay? So, ang peaceful meeting, class, makikita natin yan sa BP 800. Diba? Yan, peaceful meeting. Batas Pambansa. Okay, bilang 880. Okay? Ang BP 880, this is the Public Assembly Act of 1985, I think. Okay? Public Assembly Act. Public Assembly Act. Okay? So, ang public meeting, no, pag sinabi nating public assembly, no, or peaceful meeting, ano ba ibig sabihin ng public assembly? It means any rally, demonstration, march, parade, a procession, or any other form of mass or concerted action held in public place for the purpose of presenting a lawful cause, okay, or expressing an opinion to the general public. Okay? So, sa public assembly, tatandaan nyo lang dito, yan, yung paggawa ng rally, pagsali sa mga rally, sa mga demonstration, marcha, parada, prosesyon. Okay? Kung saan, ine-express dito yung opinion. Okay? Expressing an opinion to general public. Okay? On any particular issue. Protesting or influencing any state of affairs, whether political, economic, or social. Okay? So, tatandaan nyo rito, okay, ang public assembly, yung pagkakandak ng rally, demonstration, march, parade, and procession. Pero dapat, kailangan merong permit yan. Okay? Permit. Yan. Meron dapat permit. Okay? Sino ba ang nagbibigay ng permit? Yan, si mayor. Okay? Si mayor ang nag-i-issue ng permit. Okay?